Hello and welcome back. I'm Bus and this is a new YouTube series. This is the first one after I made my trestles and I hope I will put them to good use today. First of all, what am I going to make? A stool. Just something you can sit on that's quite comfortable, I hope. First we're going to make the top. So that's this video. I'm going to saw some planks in the right dimensions, glue them together and make a circle out of it where you can sit on. You know if it's gonna fit all in one video. I'm gonna do my best. So let's get started. First of all, you need to choose your dimensions of the sitting area. You can look them up on the internet, or if they are already available on my website, you can buy my plans. Oops. This is a project I'm making for someone else, and because I don't need a stool of my own, but yeah, and I want to deliver real good, so when I make this one really good, they may want to order something else. That's a dream, eh? That's what every woodworker wants, I guess. To get in a lot of requests to make a lot of things. So first one is drawn, let's get cutting. If you really want to be sure that every piece is equally long, you just put the first piece on top and you draw a line next to it. If you use the first piece to make a marking, always use the first piece. Not this is going to be the second piece. You don't want to put the second piece for the next marking, because then there's always a little difference on it. Maybe you overcut all by half a millimeter, but if you get 7 pieces, that's going to be almost a lot more math. Great. But yeah, always use the first piece. This is the waist. That's very good, I'd say. It goes on my scrap pile. Great aim. Like that. And this is going to become the circle. But how do we attach them to each other? I'm going to do it 2 by 2. So first glue the first 2 together, glue the other 2 together, and then glue the first and second part together. You could also do it all in one step, but I even think my clamps are long enough. Let me fetch them. You could, from step 1, just glue between all 4 of them, but I want to play safe and do it the way I just described. So, before we glue, I'm going to run over them with a little sandpaper real quick, just in between, not not the bottom and top yet. But glue, yeah, it depends on what type of glue. Some glue needs very not smooth surface to work, and others need completely smooth. But when I'm using, it can't hurt to run over it with sandpaper before applying it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I explained it earlier or if you haven't seen the video of me explaining it, but on the back of sandpaper there's always an arrow. Come closer. An arrow in what direction you need to sand. I was saying that I'm making the surface rough, and that's because this is rough sandpaper. You also have smooth sandpaper, that if you want to make something real smooth, of course. But that's a higher grain. This one has a little crack in the middle, so I'm not going to use this one on the side, because when it's in the middle it has a lot of support from the underside, but on the side, yeah, that's maybe not the best idea where to put it. So then of course I have to do both sides if it's going to be in the middle. Oh, and for placement and orientation, I have to watch a few things, because here there was a knot that came off, so you don't want any holes in your seating. If you put it at the side, because I said I was going to make a circle, it would get cut off, but if it's one of the two middle plates, it would still be visible, I think, and that's something we don't want. But if you put a hole on the bottom side, problem avoided. I'm also going to number them, so when I figured out the best orientation, I don't have to search every time. You may think it's not important, but you could get very beautiful or less beautiful results according to the orientation of the wood. First of all, the crack is on top. It doesn't go all the way through, so this is definitely top side. And then just preference on if you like knots. Yeah, it's 3-3, so no difference here. And these planks, actually this plank, because it was one. You can see how it was cut. I'll come close to the camera. You can see the circle, no, this direction, the circular motions from the saw that cut it. Probably won't be visible after I sanded it a few times and put finish on it. But now, as I said, it curves like this, and the one next to it is going to curve in the other direction, so it's creating a little wave. Now, it's easy, just 1, 2, 3, 4. When I glue it, I don't want it to stick to the table, of course. So I'm going to grab a little paper. I don't see any lying about, but I'll find some. Oh, there's cardboard, also possible. So when the cardboard sticks to the wood, you can just use a chisel and a little bit of sandpaper until it's completely gone. But if your wood is glued to another piece of wood, yeah, that's not as easy to remove. Enough talking, on with the gluing. My glue fell to the ground, I think. Yeah. So, clamps also need. It's almost empty, so hope I've got enough. Don't be shy with glue, because too few glue, so not enough, that could be dramatic when you go sit on it and it just falls apart. It's quite disastrous. And too much glue, yeah, it's just going to pour out from the sides, and then afterwards you can sand the excess off and no harm is done. Right now there's also already glue dripping out, so I just grab a little cloth and wipe it off. Okay, this has to dry for a bit, and I only have 2 clamps of those. So what time is it? 7 p.m. I'm going to eat, come back, glue the rest, and I'll check in with you guys after it's all glued together. Or yeah, no, when this one is glued, that pair is glued, and then I'll just quickly show the 2 pieces of those glued together as well. This was part 1 of 6. I didn't quite finish the top, but that's for the next video. If you liked this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell, and see you guys next time.